begin with transport, the third part in the Icse syllabus, comprising of waterways and airways. Mode of transportation, waterways. Waterways in India. Water transport. India is endowed with an extensive network of waterways in the form of rivers, canals, backwaters, creeks, and a long coastline accessible through the seas and oceans. There are two broad categories of waterways: inland waterways and coastal or ocean waterways. Inland waterways of India. Total navigable length 14,500 kilometers, suitable for mechanized crafts. On rivers 5,200 kilometers, canals 4,000 kilometers. Handles only 0.1% of total inland traffic in India. Waterways are developed by the Indian Waterway Authority of India. Inland waterways include rivers, canals, backwaters, and creeks, which are deep enough to allow the ships and boats to navigate safely. These waterways must be also free of barriers such as waterfalls and rapids. The Inland Waterways Authority has declared three inland waterways as national highways: National Waterway Number 1 (NW1), National Waterway Number 2 (NW2), National Waterway Number 3 (NW3). We take a look at this map showing important waterways. If you look very closely next to the Brahmaputra, river Brahmaputra is National Waterway 2. Then if you take a look at the river Ganga, coming right down, we see National Waterway 1. And if you go down a little further, you can see National Waterway 5 and National Waterway 4. And the last one, the West Coast Canal, National Waterway 3. National Waterway Number 1 or NW1. It comprises the Ganga Bhagirathi Hooghly river system, which connects Haldia, Kolkata, Farakka, Munger, Patna, Varanasi, and Allahabad. It stretches to more than 1,620 kilometers of potentially navigable waterways. It is navigable by mechanized boats up to Patna and by ordinary boats to Haridwar. National Waterway Number 2 (NW). The river Brahmaputra connecting Dhubri to Sadia, stretching to about 891 kilometers, was declared a national waterway in the year 1988. National Waterway Number 3 or NW3 runs from Kollam to Kottapuram, comprises 168 kilometers of West Coast Canal along with Champakara Canal and Udyog Mandal Canal. It was declared a national waterway in 1993. It is one of the most navigable and tourism potential areas in India and has much to offer to the potential tourist. National Waterway 6 Lakhipur Bhanga of river Barak River of Northeast region. It is the shortest waterway. Besides these national waterways, the Inland Waterways Authority has also identified 10 other inland waterways which could be upgraded. The state of Kerala is famous for its backwaters, which not only provide cheap means of transport but also attract large number of tourists. The Nehru Trophy boat race, Valankali, is also held in these backwaters. Inland waterways are important, but ocean routes are also important. Ocean routes handle 95% of Indians' foreign trade by volume and 70% by value. Besides international trade, these routes are also used for transportation between islands and the rest of the country. Factors affecting inland water transport. Regular flow of water is required. Silting of riverbeds reduces the depth of the water, and desilting is a costly affair. There should be enough demand to make inland waterways economically viable. Let us take a look at the major ports in India: Kolkata, Paradip, Vishakhapatnam, Ennore, Chennai, Tuticorin, Kollam, Kochi, Mangalore, Mormugao, Jawaharlal Nehru Port or Nhava Sheva Port, Mumbai, and Kandla. Major ports on the eastern coast: Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal. It is a riverine port located on the bank of the Hooghly. It handles diversified commodities coming from Southeast Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Haldia, again in West Bengal, this port has been developed on the river Hooghly to relieve pressure on Kolkata. So this is a satellite port to Kolkata. Paradip is in Odisha. It is located on the coast of Odisha and handles iron ore and coal. Vishakhapatnam is in the state of Andhra Pradesh. It is India's deepest landlocked port, handling crude oil and petroleum products. Chennai in Tamil Nadu is the second largest port in terms of volume of traffic handled and is the oldest artificial harbour on the east coast of India. It handles petroleum products, crude oil, fertilizers, iron ore, and dry cargo. The Ennore port is located about 24 kilometers north of Chennai port. It is the first port in India which is a public company. It is a corporate entity, Ennore Port Limited, and not a port trust like other major ports of India. It is a satellite port meant to decongest and improve the environmental quality at the busy Chennai port. Tuticorin is another important major port in Tamil Nadu. This port is located on the east coast of India. It handles mainly coal, salt, edible oil, dry cargo, and petroleum products. Major ports on western coast of India: Kandla in Gujarat. It is a tidal port and a free trade zone located at the eastern end of the Rann of Kutch. It handles crude oil, petroleum products, edible oil, food grains, salt, cotton, etc. Mumbai in Maharashtra is a natural harbour on the west coast and is also the biggest port of India. It handles maximum traffic, over the fifth of total traffic of ports, which includes mineral oil and dry cargo. Jawaharlal Nehru Port or Nhava Sheva Port near Mumbai is
Thank
the
you for watching.
biggest
Please
ultra
do
modern
subscribe.
seaport of Mumbai. It is equipped with modern facilities, having mechanized container berths for handling dry cargo and service berths. Marmagaon in Goa is a natural harbour situated at the entrance of the Zuari estuary in Goa. It occupies fifth position in terms of total traffic handled. New Mangalore port in Karnataka. It is located on the west coast of India, handles the export of iron ore of Kurdemukh and imports of petroleum products, fertilizers, edible oils, etc. Cochin in Kerala is a natural harbour. It handles the export of tea, coffee and spices and imports of petroleum oil and fertilizers. What are the factors affecting water transport? Presence of perennial rivers, Presence of waterfalls, cataracts in the course of the river are a hindrance to development of waterways. Needs for desilting, which are costly. Reduction in volume of water when the river is diverted. Coastal waterways in India: 12 major ports and 187 minor ports. Handles 95% of India's foreign trade. Handled by Shipping Corporation of India. What are the advantages of waterways? Environmental friendly, cheap and fuel efficient, ideal for transport of bulky goods, promotes coastal industries, provides employment, promotes tourism, requires less capital to establish. What are the disadvantages of waterways? It depends on weather condition. It needs long traveling hours which causes seasickness. Water transport is limited to the areas where rivers are navigable and ocean routes exist. The last mode of transport: airways in India. Types of airlines available: international airlines, domestic airlines, Vayudut, Pavan Hans, the helicopter service. International airlines: Air India, the only international airline, owns 159 aircrafts. Most international traffic prefers international airlines. We have 12 major international airports. Let us take a look at all our international airports in India. The one in orange is managed by Airport Authority of India, green Civil Enclave, and the pink others. So we can take a look: Guwahati, Kolkata, Amritsar, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Thiruvananthapuram. And then the civil enclave is Goa, Bangalore, and in others we have Cochin. Domestic airlines: 89 domestic airports. Indian Airlines is the major air carrier, operates 5 to 7 domestic stations, 17 international stations. Advantages of airways: fastest mode of transport, indispensable for business class, indispensable for defense purposes, relatively free of physical barriers, possible to reach remote parts of the earth, good for perishable goods. Disadvantages of airways: the main disadvantages of airways are: air transport is costly. It depends on weather conditions. Flights are often delayed due to bad weather conditions. Air transport is run on petroleum, which is a non-renewable source of energy. Air transport can carry small tonnage, but it has high freight charges. Vayudut was set up in 1981 to augment links with remote and inaccessible areas which were not covered by Indian Airlines. Pavan Hans is the helicopter service operating in hilly areas and is widely used by tourists in northeastern sector. Besides, Pavan Hans Limited mainly provides helicopter services to the petroleum sector and for tourism. What are the advantages of Pavan Hans? Provides emergency services in areas affected by floods, earthquakes, and other calamities, used by tourists. What are the advantages of Vayudut? Vayudut also has the same advantages. Provides emergency services in areas affected by floods, earthquakes, and other natural calamities, and also used by tourists. Thank you for watching Transport in India. Please do like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.